to show you guys how to set up a simple simulation, specifically a ramen simulation. I'm going to use this compound, fairly simple one. So I'm going to use ethanol here. Again, build, insert, fragment, alcohols, ethanol, and then insert. So the compound is right here, and what I can do is I can file, save as, and I'm going to name it ethanol, and I'm going to save it as an XYZ file, and I'm going to save it onto my desktop. I'm just saving it onto my desktop for convenience. You can really set it up however you want. Just one word of advice would be to keep everything extremely organized, because you want your data to be organized because you will go back to it all the time, and you want everything to have a place. So make sure everything's labeled, everything is in the right folder, in the right directory. It'll just make your life much easier, which is what I've personally learned. So I'm going to save this. As you can see, it's actually right here, ethanol.xyz. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go into terminal. Terminal is really just a way of communicating with your computer via command lines. So usually you would click, type, or use keys on your computer. You actually just type here. So first thing I want to do is show you guys. So I'm currently communicating to my personal computer. So I can type in pwd and it will show you the path that I am in. So if I type in ls, it'll list all the directories I have on my personal account. So I'm going to switch into the desktop directory. So I can type in cd, which stands for change directory, and type in desktop. So once I type in ls, it'll list all the things I have on my desktop, which are the 3 specific files I have right here. So if I want to get further organized, I would type in mkdir, which stands for make directory, and I'm going to make a directory named ethanol instructional. As you can see, the file showed up here. I'm sorry, the folder directory. So again, I'm going to get further organized. What I'm going to do is I'm going to move this file that I made before. MV stands for move. It's the command. The file is ethanol.xyz, and I'm going to move it into the directory instructional. So a little quick hint, the tab button is really your friend when you're doing this. What ends up happening is that you can type in ethanol I and then press tab, and since it's the only other folder that starts with ethanol I, it'll complete it for you. This is also case sensitive, so let's say you typed in ethanol I with a lowercase, starting with a lowercase e, then it wouldn't be able to complete it for you. So you have to make sure you're acting case sensitive. So however you named it, that's however you have to type it. So I'm going to move and I'm going to press enter. So what happens when I type in ls? As you can see, that file is not in my desktop directory. But if I go into the directory in that directory, so cd ethanol instructional, as you can see, that's exactly where I am now. PWD just can tell you at any time where you are. And I type in ls, you can see that file is actually in there. So what I actually want to do is I want to show you the supercomputer, which is where we do the simulations.